It's definitely come in. It's been a windy, rocky day. It's been getting into this anchorage as well, unfortunately. I had to move the boat a little earlier because the anchor was dragging. And I've got some engine mount issues now. Rattling around and not sounding too good in low revs. Boats, you gotta love them. Well, past midnight. Haven't had dinner. Don't like the look of the mounts, but I've done the best I can do, really. I've got a feeling I need 2 new mounts. So, yeah. Not too sure what I'm gonna do. If I can get to some kind of town where I can get postage, maybe I'll order some in. But that's it for now. Yeah, the best I can do. Sometimes that's all you can do. Going a bit, I might get the main up, but the wind's pretty strong. Ocean's dead calm. Not too sure I'll bother. We'll see. I'll probably get up to 5 or 6 knots here, at least 5.5 I think, so I don't know, we'll check, see what it's like out beyond that peninsula, because I've noticed you get behind the land, the wind can stop, so I'm going to give it a really wide berth. Give myself every opportunity to get as much wind as possible. There we go. 6 knots easy. Definitely liking the mainsail. Just hope the wind holds all the way. Wide berth. It's always tempting to draw and try to cut the corner, but I know even halfway across this bay I can actually see on the water that there's less wind. I'm trying to make myself go very wide, because even if I cut the point, where I want to get to is pretty high into the wind, and I'd rather not have to point too high. You're constantly fighting to keep the sail working and you're worrying about the land. I'd rather be out wide and I can relax. Well, the joys of sailing in Alaska. 1 minute it's 20 knots, next minute it's 2. That was close. Well, rounding the point, but not quite how I'd hoped. And no wind on the horizon, really. Looks very calm. Bit of a steady-ish light breeze out here, so I thought I'd give the spinnaker a go. Now the fun begins. Is it a good set, is it not? It's always a bit of a gamble. Here we go. Well, we've got a steady 3, maybe even up to 3.5 knots of boat speed in no more than 6 knots of wind, I don't think. So things are pretty good. The only problem is I'm slowly losing my sun behind the sail. Gonna have to put some warm clothes on. Well, pretty finicky old conditions. I ended up dropping the mainsail because it was just getting too much dirty wind into the spinnaker. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think either of them were doing too much, but the spinnaker by itself here, I'm kicking along at probably, I don't know, 2 to 3 knots in wind that's not really much stronger than that, to be honest. Sure enough, get around the point and it's blowing 15 to 18 knots. I was going to go in here and spend the night, but the wind's too good. The wind's too good. I'm going to keep going to where I was intending to go. It's only another, I don't know, 12 nautical miles, I guess. So at this pace, we'll be there in no time. You just can't win, I tell you. We had about, I don't know, 30 minutes of glory then, and now back to this. So change of plan again. I think I'm just gonna sock that bloomin' spinnaker and run into this bay here where I was. It's like a backup plan, and I'll get to the other destination in the days ahead. Well, finally made it. Not exactly where I was intending to get to, but somewhere that I wanted to check out anyway. So, and I'm really glad I have. It's yet another amazing landscape. It really is unusual, this area. That the Alaska Peninsula so far is like nothing I've seen anywhere else in Alaska. It's almost like a moon landscape, Mars or something. Very rocky, very earthy, very wind blowing, and heaps of erosion. Very volcanic, of course. Ash, metamorphic rock everywhere, layered rock, sedimentary rock, I guess. Yeah, it really is amazing. Like this up here, this slope's almost reddish. You know, it's like something out of Nevada or something. Arizona, maybe. But then green down to the ocean. Just spectacular. It really is amazing. Amazing landscape. Just erosion everywhere. It's incredible. Yeah, I might well spend a couple of days here. There's some interesting bottom sort of pinnacles and holes and a couple of gutters, which look interesting. You know, I haven't really caught anything yet other than a couple of flounder. So with a little bit of luck, the next few days I might find something. Anyway, gonna drop anchor and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully the weather's good. And yeah, we'll check out this little bay, it's beautiful. On a shore, even if it is blowing a gale. Boat's alright, it's offshore. Gotta have a look around. Looking river, pretty smoky, hazy day again. We've got an aeroplane wing, a boat, all sorts. No fish though, unfortunately. None that I can see yet. Keep looking a bit further upstream, there's some nice big pools. A few of those guys around. So there must be some kind of fish in here at some stage. Definitely salmon, I would suspect. As I said, a few bears around. Spotted them from a distance and backtracked and crossed the river. Good thing I did too, they're pretty big. Oh, there they go though. Stop and look back and sniff the air. No guns. What am I going to do? They're running away from me. Ah, look at this, would you? Look at this for humanity. Don't you love us? In the middle of nowhere. Beer wrappers chucked overboard. Bingo. Pink salmon from last year, guaranteed. Straight across from where the bears were, gill net. An old one, sure. Still a gill net though. Subsistent fisheries, they get to put gill nets. The native fishermen, etc. They get a little too much leeway, I think. Gill nets in the river, another one. I mean, come on. You gotta give the fish a little bit of a chance. Just string a net straight across the river as they try to swim upstream to spawn. Doesn't get too much difficult than that, does it? Give them a chance, come on. Yeah. Saw a tiny fish rise in the rapid there just then. Oh, and another one. Of course, the other thing is if they string a gill net across the river, in theory, when the salmon are running, the rainbow trout, the dolly varden, the cutthroat, if they do actually exist, are going to be kind of there with them, hassling them to try to poach their eggs off them. So the gill net, of course, is going to kill them as well. No salmon, no trout. And another thought I've had is that with less and less salmon, the bears are quite possibly going to start targeting the salmon. Because much like salmon, the trout, when they're spawning, they're not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. You know, they'll swim upstream blind as a bat. And it's not going to be too hard for them to get picked off by a bear, particularly when they're in their spawning beds. So there seems to have been a decent run of fish here last year. They could be sockeye because of these lakes, but I don't think so. I'm guessing they're pink salmon. I don't know though, but yeah, more likely to be pinks, about the right size, etc. Big lakes, they could be sockeye. Maybe the bears are hanging by the river because they know they're not far off coming. They could also be pinks. Maybe it's both of them. The pinks come a bit later though usually, so I'm guessing they're pinks. However, these lakes are perfect trout habitat. You know, like I've said, if this was numerous other countries, or even Montana or Wyoming or Maine or you name it, there would probably be trout in here. I can't see one. I've got a bird's eye view, can't see a single fish move. Strange. Well, it's a big lake. It's really big. We've even had a fish here and there, but have not seen a single rise, not a touch on the fly. Bugs absolutely everywhere, and not a fish to be seen. I just don't understand. I do not understand. Without salmon, what is there? There seems to be nothing.